Hi guys, Wretched5 here. Now I have no idea why, but my microphone is coming out of the speakers, and so anyone know how to fix this on Windows 7? My microphone is like, I can hear my what's anyway, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so today we are discussing what is and what isn't a game that someone could do in IAS 9. Now IAS 9 is a 1998 tournament, as you know, but we haven't really made it clear what games you can and can't do. Had this kind of problem with the Armor Spirit of 7, so this video will explain it. So, now I recently said that what's going to happen is that you can do the game as long as that it's released in the year in the America and the Europe. Now, but there's been like a bit of like confusion about what you can do and what you can't do. So I'm going to provide a few examples of what you can do, and I'm going to provide a few examples of what you can't do. I hope I have them. But yeah, so let's take a look. So, actually, if I had the internet, it'd be a lot better, because then I can straight up look at... Okay, I'm going to go get the internet. I'll be back in a second. Okay, my laptop's here, and it's just loading. So, in the meantime, let me discuss. So, what I made it is that if a game is released for the first time... in 1998 in America and Europe, so if even it was released on different consoles, say it's released on PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and another 3DO. I don't know if that's more like earlier games than 1998, I think. But anyway, let's just say that it was. If it was released on PlayStation in 1998, then the Sega Saturn in 1999, and then the 3DO in 2000, it still counts as a 1998 game, even if you play it on the 3DO, because of the fact that it came on the PlayStation. So you go ahead and play it on 3DO, even if the 3DO version came out in 2000. But there's must be that an American or Europe release in 1998 as the first consoles released on. Now, that's how about ports? Now, wondering about ports. Now, even though we don't separate the consoles as different, we just keep them as pretty much all the same kind of thing. If there's a port on the Game Boy Color, for example, that came out in 1998, I'm pretty sure, then it counts as a different game. So that means that if there's two different games, one on the PS1, there's one on the Game Boy Color, it doesn't matter. If it's on a handheld console, it counts as a different game, and you have to check the release date of the handheld console. Now, let me go through a few examples of what you can't do. So, one you can't do is Sonic Adventure, because this game was released in Japan in 1998 and was released in America for the first time in 1999. So you can't do that. Now, also another thing is Croc 1. Croc 1 was released on the Sega Saturn in 1998, but it was released on the PlayStation everywhere else in 1997, so you can't do that. I'm going to check out the Game Boy Color version of Croc in a second to see if you can do that. And I'm just checking out Rayman 2 at the moment. So Rayman 2, it says here the release date was 1999, and then for everything else it was 2000, 2001, 2005, blah 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 blah. So obviously you can't do Rayman 2 because that's completely out of the ballpark. Alright, so let me look up Croc 2. Wait, no, not Croc 2, Croc 1. I'll be right back. So apparently, according to Wikipedia, the Game Boy Color versions were released in 2000, so that's completely out of it as well. One was too late, one was too early. But yeah, that's right. Croc 1 released in Japan on the Sega Saturn in 1998, so it does not count because it was released earlier. So yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Like, I'll give you a few, like, so if it was released on... A game was released in PlayStation 1 in 1997, and then it was released on the Game Boy Color in 1998, then sure, you could do the game on the Game Boy Color, but you can't do the PlayStation version. If the game was released on the PlayStation in 1997, then released on the 3DO in 1998, you can't do either version. You can't do the 3DO version or the PlayStation version because the first console release was in 1997. So I think that makes sense. I haven't really... There's a few games which are kind of... I don't know. I haven't really counted that many games have been a bit iffy. But if you have any problems, just ask me and I'll tell you whether it counts or not. Really, I want to make this tournament inclusive. Like, if there's some game that was released in bloody like December 31st, 1997, I was like, what the fuck? Like, sure, go hell, do it. If you really want to do it, if you're an opponent and you really want to do this game, go ahead. I don't really give a shit. But I know that there's some people who are like, they want to maintain the integrity of the tournament, and I get that. I understand that. So that's perfectly fine, and we're just making up rules about. It's nice to have rules. It's nice to have kind of boundaries. So that we actually are showing people that we're actually taking this tournament seriously. So anyway, probably you're sick of me talking. I'm gonna make other videos about other stuff such as polls, I think, soon. But yeah, this is something that I just wanted to make because somebody asked about this, and it's sort of important. So, alright, see you later, everyone.